Alright, evening all, Chief Prepper here. Talk about a couple things here. Two completely different avenues, two completely different issues. So in the last, call it eight or 9 months, towards the end of summer last year, and then today, somebody drowned in the lake that I live across from. So, if shit hits the fan, even if you know how to swim, if you're one of them Billy Badass motherfuckers who's got the plate carrier and the ammo and the mags and the guns, and you don't know how to swim, I guarantee you if you fall in water, you're going to drown. A person like me that knows how to swim and understands the body armor and all that shit you're carrying will drag your ass to the bottom of whatever you're in. I know I would need to come out of it. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I could, so I may drown too. But at least I know about the issue, and I know how to swim if I ain't got all that gear on. So here's what I need everyone that sees this video to do, especially if you don't know how to swim. Learn. Don't wait. Like, go down to the Y and sign up for fucking lessons right now. Alright? It is actually not that hard, it's just you gotta learn how. That's a skill that I would consider paramount during an SHTF. It might not be something you're going to use every fucking day, but when you need to, that's the last thing you don't want to be able to do. Alright. 2, I've been thinking about this since the fire started in North Texas and the reports started coming in. So, for all you fuck turds who are, I'm not leaving. Alright, you're bugging in. Well, guess what, shit for brains? A fire will absolutely burn your ass out, burn you alive if you don't get the fuck out of wherever you're at if there's a fire. I have to say that is one major disadvantage to living in Texas. So why am I talking about that other than the fires in North Texas? The only reason city fire departments can control fires is if they can show up and put enough water on it to keep it from spreading. Wildfires typically happen in rural communities, and rural communities just don't have the firefighting capabilities to fucking deal with it. And depending on where they're at, they may not have people who know how to do the firefighting, because firefighting in the country and the woods is not the same as firefighting in the city. Principles are the same, but the practices are different. They build fire lines, they build fire breaks to keep the fire from jumping across places, alright? But it doesn't mean, you know, in the city all they do is pour water on it, to my knowledge. You don't have that capability in the country. And I'll give you an example. I hunt pretty frequently in a city, well, it's a medium-sized town or small town in Texas that does not have a regular fire department. They have a volunteer fire department. They had a fire one time when I was going hunting. I had not gone hunting. I was on my way. I was trying to drive through town. It was on the edge of the town. There was a hotel on fire. They let it burn to the ground because they didn't have the equipment. They didn't have a pumper truck. They didn't have anything to put the fire out with. So you need to understand the destructive power of fire. During a shit hits the fan thing, if you're using candles, you can burn your fucking house down in like less than an hour if you don't watch it, if you don't take care of it. All right, I've been seeing commercials, I think on YouTube, about having a fire blanket available, so that might be something you might want to invest in. I have fire extinguishers, and you know, for like 6 or 7 years I didn't have any, and then I'm thinking, sitting here doing all this prepping, I'm like, man, I got a fireplace that I burn wood in. I got a kitchen, you know. About a large portion of fires in houses that don't have fireplaces happen in the kitchen. You know, so if you don't know how to deal with that, that's a problem, right? And then you have electrical shorts and all that stuff that burns houses down. So, you know, I'm watching the new Walking Dead with Rick and Michonne, the ones that survived. It's episode 2 tonight. Episode 1 was okay. It was about Rick. This one's about Michonne, and This one's kind of cool, this episode, because this Michonne is linked up with a group. They got RVs, they got trailers, they got horses, and they got camping abilities, and they got chairs. For the record, during shit hits the fan, ain't gonna be no furniture. You're either sitting on the ground, sitting on a rock, or sitting on a log. Alright? Whatever furniture you have, you'll have to build. So you need tools, you need hardware, you need screws, you need hammers, you need building skills. Alright? You want to build something that you go, go sit down and be like Mel Gibson in The Patriot on the rocking chair and fall on his ass. Alright? So, just understand, if you don't know how to swim, get there, fix that fucking problem, alright? And you understand that fire will literally ruin your life, and if you're like, I'm never bugging out, well, guess what, fuckturd? You're gonna burn alive, alright? So, even if you're not a prepper, or if you are a prepper and your plan is to bug in, you need to have a bug out plan, because some of those people had less than an hour to get their shit, whatever was important, put it in a vehicle and leave, alright? Some people didn't even get that notice, alright? How? I don't understand, because it was all over the news here in San Antonio. So if they're not listening, then they're ignorant. All right. Most important thing is access to information. So AM radio, you know, shortwave radio, you know, something you can listen to information so that they don't know you're there. Preferably a ham radio, so if you know you can figure out how to program it. You know, you can try and talk to somebody if you want to. So, anyway, information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot. Share the love when you can. G Prepper, out.